Welcome, welcome to the football rig. Here we drill and we talk a lot about Arsenal Football Club and the Premier League in general. This week, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. We are on top of the Premier League, ladies and gentlemen. We are, moving around on the top. I'm not gonna get so giddy, but I'm happy. We're gonna take it step by step, game by game, and we'll see how it ends up at the end of this season. So we're not gonna say anything until like May or April, and then we can talk about if we're gonna win this Premier League or not. But so far, Arsenal are moving as they should. They are winning the games, and Liverpool are fumbling. But we still have a contender that is moving silently, like a silent killer, and that team is Manchester City. Manchester City are winning and they're getting back in form, and that's really terrifying for me because I'm traumatized by City. City is the one who actually denied Arsenal the Premier League for the couple of past couple of seasons, aside of Liverpool winning it last season. uh, so we're gonna start our AAR show, the after action review for the match week number 7, and this is where we're gonna dissect and talk about the big six teams and the performances and a little bit of stats and what I thought about the games. And let's go ahead and start with it. And leave a comment, guys. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let me know your thoughts about what do you think about the games, and where do you think we're gonna be in the end of the season. Are you thrilled? Are you happy where Arsenal are? If you're an Arsenal fan, if you are a Manchester United fan, if you're a City fan, let me know in the comments. What do you guys support, and what do you guys thought of your teams? So the first game I'm gonna talk about is Brentford. Sorry, not Brentford. Manchester United and Sunderland. That will be the first game for me to talk about. So for this game, Manchester United finally they got a win, so it's about time. Amram, I mean, he's gonna get sacked I think he would have been sacked if he lost this game. Okay, the game started really good for Manchester United. The first action came around minute 7. Good cross from Buemo, and that's where Mount. I mean, he controlled the ball very well, and he places it in the far right corner. So big up to Mount, and that goal was really good. And overall, Manchester United really played so well. Diallo, I thought Diallo was playing so well. Here's what I think, and I want your ideas, guys, and thoughts. Do you think Diallo is better than Buemo in the right wing? That's really a question for the Manchester United fans to answer. Is Diallo really? I mean, I don't rate him as a right back or right wing back or whatever you want to call it, but as a right winger, I think Diallo is a very dangerous individual. He has a lot of potential, but of course, Manchester United signed Buemo this season for 60 plus million from Brentford, so I think they're gonna go with Buemo due to his seniority, due to his experience in the league. But overall, I think Diallo has to have his chance because I think the boy can really play. He really can play. He can dribble. He's so fast. He's an explosive player. He can dribble. So I think he would have done wonders for Manchester United. But he's still young. He's still developing under Amarin. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. And Bruno missed a really nice shot. He placed it, he finessed it to the right corner. The goalkeeper with the tip of his finger managed to save it, and it hits the post. But that was a really good shot from Bruno Fernandez. That was really good from him from what I saw. And then uh what happened is Sesko scored from a corner. Manchester United really pushing hard for a goal, and Sesko scored. I mean, who knew? Who thought of it? Who thought of Sesko scoring? Sesko scored his second goal in the season, so no longer 007 shit going around him. He's picking up the goals for Manchester United. I think that's a good thing for them to have a win, and that could lead to a snowball for Manchester United. But do you think Amram will end up the season in a good position in the Premier League? We'll see. A lot of in the social media are talking about Amram getting sacked. But Ineos are backing the manager at least until the end of the season, and they want to see how it will pan out before they take any rash decisions. And I think that's the right call for now, is to wait and see. Of course, if they are going to the relegation battles, that's when you start raising the flag and raising the question and say what the hell is going on. But I would say for now, Amarim is winning. So let's see how it goes for them in the upcoming games. So in the second half, it was really calm game back and forth between Brentford and between Sunderland and Manchester. I didn't see any really danger imposed by Sunderland. So it ended up they missed one sitter that came in the 89th minute. So maybe if they scored that, it would have been different for Manchester United, because they had like 5 minutes in the added time. And overall, I think the game was really dead in the second half, and Manchester United managed to keep the 2-0 lead, and that's how it ended. So that's it for Manchester United. I think I summarized it for you guys. I want your thoughts. I want your opinions about this. And hold on, let me try this time stamping thing, man. So the Manchester United, I don't know when it started, but we're the next one is going to be Arsenal. So let's talk about the Arsenal game, which I was so thrilled about and I was so happy about. And of course, the Arsenal fan are excited that we are on the top of the league. And I thought that game really demonstrated a lot. Uh, let's see. Let me just pull up the stats quickly for that game so we can dive deep into that game and talk more about it. Arsenal, West Ham. There we go. There we go. That's the stats. So at the beginning, I want to talk about the lineup. Arteta really surprised me. I think he was really bold to go with two tens instead of two pivots, and that's what differentiated. I mean, that was the differentiated factor for Arsenal this game. Eze and Odegaard both played in the central areas. We played Trossard on the left and Saka on the right, and of course Gyökeres up front. So I was very, very happy with that lineup, because I think playing Eze and Odegaard against a relatively easier teams like West Ham, with all due respect to West Ham, of course, but still, that shows maturity from Arteta, that he's reading the game better and better. That you are saying that, okay, with one pivot and with your with your defenders, you are secure, because we have the best defense in the league, and your just one pivot is more than enough for you to secure that back line. And of course, you have Raya with the two golden gloves in the past 2 seasons, so no need to over commit in the defense and try to go in the attack, especially the teams that are playing low blocks in front of you. So that gives you more chances and more, I would say, fluidity when it comes to the attack, because you now have Eze who can break the lines. You also have Odegaard that can break the line with the great passes. And I'm so happy to see that Arteta grew up and actually managed to change the formation to adapt to the game that he has in hand. And you can see from the stats, we dominated the game: 21 shots compared to 4 shots, 5 on target with 0 targets for West Ham. That's a complete annihilation for me. It was a one-sided, one-dimensional game. 68% in possession passes, we are almost double them. So when it comes to stats, it really reflects the reality, in my opinion. I think the game was one-sided. We scored the second goal. I mean, the first goal came from. But before I want to talk about the goal, is the Odegaard injury. That's a problem. That is a problem. There was a clash in the knee, and Odegaard really got hurt, and he tried to stay on the pitch for about 5 to 6 minutes, but unfortunately, he couldn't really continue. So that was it for Odegaard, and he's out. So I hope he really recovers during this international break. Nobody knows the severity of the injury, so we'll wait and see until the medical team of Arsenal reports something, and maybe Arteta in the press conference can give us some hints about it. Eze, I thought he was really not that good, to be honest, because he missed a very, very easy sitter, and it was, after Timber shot had a good shot, and as he missed it, he just scuffed it up, and man, it was an easy goal for you. speaking of easy, pun intended. I mean, come on, man, you cannot miss such sitters. And but we won the game eventually, so we'll see about that. Then after when Odegaard left the pitch, he was subbed off for Zubamendi. Zubamendi found a good pass in the back line to Eze. Eze had a good shot. It was saved by the goalkeeper, where it bounced back to Declan Rice, who managed to put it in the back of the net. The ex-captain of West Ham, I should say, scored again against West Ham, and I'm so happy to see that. It shows that I mean, it would be really furious if I were a West Ham United fan. I would be really furious to see my ex captain scoring against me. He didn't really celebrate. He was just running around, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm so happy that he scored. I think he was the man of the match. He had really good game defensively and offensively. Really, he had like three key passes. When I saw the stats, it was really a good, very solid performance. Unfortunately, he also left the pitch with an injury, a back injury, I think. And but it didn't really seem severe for Rice, unlike Odegaard. But both players were out due to injury. And let's see about that, man. Calafiori hit the post once, and eventually we got a penalty. Now, do you guys think it's a penalty? I personally do not think it was a penalty. I think that was a very, very soft tackle from the West Ham defender. And even if you want to consider it as a foul, then it was committed outside the box. So I really don't see how it was counted as a penalty, but it was counted as a penalty nevertheless. And the question is, why did Saka take that penalty and not Gyökeres? That's my question to Arteta. I mean, it should have been Gyökeres, and you, as Arteta, you came out and you said that the penalty taker for this football club is Gyökeres. So why did Saka take it? I'm not saying that Saka does not really score penalty. He does, and he scored it, in a very fantastic manner. I'm not taking that away from him, but still, I mean, I thought Gyökeres should have taken that penalty. It would have raised a little bit the confidence. I'm not saying it's a pity penalty that was similar to the one we gave Havertz, but as you are saying that he's the main shooter for you, then you should have gave it to him. That would kind of build up his confidence just a little bit, at least, because Eucharist has been playing really good in the past two games. Unfortunately, he missed a couple of chances and he didn't score. So for me, I think he deserved to have that penalty and to increase his goal tally a little bit. And overall, I'm happy. I'm so happy. Now we're on top of the league, and we're gonna talk next about the Liverpool game, but not now. We're gonna keep it a little bit later because that game was really good, man. I watched that and I was so happy and thrilled that Liverpool lost that game. For the first time in a millennia that I'm supporting Chelsea, man. Big up the Blues. They did it. They did it. The Blues did it. Chelsea really did it. I mean, I have nothing to say to Chelsea. Big up to the Hano, to all the Chelsea fans. I'm sure you guys are very happy. You deserve it. You played very well. And we're going to talk about that game later on in the stream. But before we move on to the Chelsea one, I want to talk to our main rivals. Well, they call them our rivals, but I never consider them our rivals, which is Spurs. Spurs managed to get a win, and to be honest, they really did not deserve that win. Leeds were really hammering them, and I mean attacking them so much, and they missed a lot of chances. And I don't know how they managed to do that. I mean, Leeds started this very strong and hit the bar with a set piece and with a header, uh, but immediately Tottenham would tell a good shot from him. It was deflected and it caught off the goalkeeper off guard and it went in. So that was the first goal, I would say. And Leeds could have, never really translate their chances, and that was the frustrating part for them. They had plenty of chances, and they kept really missing, until I would say Kudus managed to score a goal. That goal from Kudus was a good goal. He cuts in and he has an excellent shot that was placed into the goal, and that's how they scored the second. The Vicario, you know, Vicario kind of saved them. I saw a lot of chances from Leeds, and Vicario kept really in place and kept his ground and managed to, you know, I would say keep the goal away from scoring, and that really was it. I didn't really watch the. I just watched the highlight of it because who does watch Tottenham Hotspur Leeds United for fuck's sakes, man? That's not gonna happen. Not in a million years. But yeah, that was the game for me, man. I'm not gonna talk about much to be honest, but they don't really deserve the win, but they won nevertheless. So next we're gonna talk about Chelsea. Chelsea and Liverpool. That's the game that really took my full attention, even more than the Arsenal game, because I thought that we were gonna win the game anyways against West Ham. We really dominated them, but the Chelsea one was a thriller, man. Liverpool, you know, I don't know what's happening with Liverpool. I'll be very honest with you guys. I have no clue what's happening with Liverpool. They're allowing a lot of spaces in their midfield, and Chelsea exposed that from the minute 12. Caicedo with a banger in the top end. Holy crap! That goal was a world class goal from Caicedo. And I think if I'm gonna choose who's the best player in this game week 7, I'll be debating between Rice and Caicedo, but Caicedo, man, that goal just damn, man, damn. Liverpool really lacked creativity, a few chances missed, but also Chelsea did not really sit back. I mean, Garnacho had a good chance, and several chances from Chelsea, even in the first half. And I thought Chelsea really played well. I mean, they went neck and neck with Liverpool. They didn't really just sit back. They scored the goal and they wanted to score the second. And I love that game. It was a really very open game. And this is the question where it lies. Was it really because Chelsea was good or because Liverpool was bad? It was one of those games that you can't really tell, to be honest, because the game was so open from both ends. Because Chelsea's defense is not really that sound, but in the same manner, Liverpool did not really click offensively. So it's to dictate if it was a good performance from Chelsea or a poor performance from Liverpool. In the second half, from the first minute, Verts came in, and I saw that chance he created a back heel to Salah, and it was a good shot from Salah, but unfortunately he missed it. Liverpool really kept pressing until they got a good cross to Isak. I think Isak tried to control the ball, but it ended up to Gakpo, and that's when he scored the equalizer for Liverpool. And from there, the game was, I would say, 50-50. But if I'm being fair to the Blues and to Chelsea, I think they had the more hunger, you know what I mean? The more desire that they want to win. You can feel it. You can feel it in Chelsea players. Even though when you look at the game on paper, I mean, you would always say Liverpool would win, but I don't know how Chelsea managed to get that win out of them. But anyways, the game. I mean, Chelsea kept on you know, hammering and hammering and hammering. The chances, Estivao, even the goalkeeper from Liverpool, he really saved them a couple of times. Couple of times, the Liverpool goalkeeper, Mamashvili, or whatever his name is, he really saved them several times. Estivao's shot and the other guy from Gittin's shot. I mean, they could have scored plenty of times, but he kept them in the game. But at the end of the game, in the 96th minute, Enzo finds Cucurella's run. Cucurella with a cross into Estivao, and he taps it into the goal, and that was it for Liverpool. They died in the last minute, and Chelsea, they really deserve it. I mean, if they don't deserve the win, they at least deserve a draw. You can see even in the stats, it was pretty much an even game, and that's what I said. It was an open game from both ends. Both teams could have won it. You couldn't really predict who is gonna win. You can see the passes are almost equal, 500 to 450, so not really much of a difference. Possession wise, 54% compared to 46%. Shots on target, Chelsea had more, and that's why I'm saying they deserve the win. because I saw in the game that Chelsea really, really put a huge test for Liverpool, and they failed. Liverpool failed to win this game, and I'm so happy. I'm so thrilled because that pushed us to be on the top of the table. And now, moving next, we're gonna talk about. Before we move on, guys, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you're watching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys thought of these games: the Chelsea one, Arsenal, and even the Man United one. But we're moving on. We're moving on to Brentford and City, the last game from the top six games, and that was this game just ended recently. I was watching it, and City kind of dominated the first half. It was very easy for City. Signature play style, possession based football. Uh, Pretty much, I would say the cliche City that you would always see. Then they found Haaland with a long ball. Haaland is a monster. Haaland is a monster, and I think he will be the top scorer of this league by the end of the season easily. Easily the top scorer. Easily the top scorer, Haaland, man. Haaland is just a beast. He's a beast. What a player. What a player. And I would, say he's the best striker in the world. Currently, he's sitting with 9 goals on top of that goal scoring tally. I mean, this guy is just scoring. I mean, a goal machine. He's just a goal machine, man. But unfortunately, what happened in for City is Rodri. Rodri got injured again, and it really didn't look very well. And you could see it from his face. The pain, aside of the physical pain, you can also see the emotional pain in Rodri, coming from severe injuries, ACLs, and all that stuff. And you're getting reoccurrent injury. I mean, that's a big problem for a player, from a player like his stature, and like the player level of very high caliber player. I mean, he was a Ballon d'Or winner. I mean, will City cope with this? Will City find solutions in the midfield without Rodri? And we all, gave them a hard time being Rodri FC and all that stuff. But I think City and Pep Guardiola will find solution. But I was really, sad to see it in his face. Um, that means that he's not going to even go to the international with Spain, and probably Zubimendi will play there. But I really wish him a speedy recovery. I wish every player a speedy recovery. In the second half, there was, I would say, a negative possession where City had the ball but was not effective. Brentford took a chance. Unfortunately, they couldn't translate any of those chances into goals, and they kept it 1-0 the whole game. A couple of chances for Brentford, but nah, man. Manchester City were too strong for them. You could see it. And it ended 1-0. And now this is where I'm concerned now. City. City is moving, you know, slowly but surely. And when City hits a run, they hit a run. But the question remains: can City do it without Rodri? That's a big question mark, and yet to be the answer is yet to be determined. We'll see how City cope with it and how Pep Guardiola will, you know, uh, play with that midfield to get the best out of them. Now, this is how the table looks like after the match week number 7. Arsenal are on top. We are on top of the league, 16 points. Liverpool second, 15 points. Tottenham Hotspur, 14 points. I'm not really worried about Spurs nor Bournemouth. I don't think they are going to sustain these kind of performances. I think they will fall off soon enough. But City, as you can see, they're having very positive run so far. 2 wins. I mean, from the last 5 games, they had only 1 loss, 1 draw, and 3 wins, and the last 2 were 2 wins. And this is where I'm a bit, I would say, on the fence in this one. Will City go on a crazy run? Will City catch up? And we've seen them do it many times. I mean, for us as Arsenal fans, we all remember the 22-23 season where we were 8 points ahead of City and they managed to catch up with us. Or you want to say we bottled it? Probably yes. But City is a monster when it comes to the league, and you cannot just leave them aside and think they're not a contender. They are contenders. They are a serious contender. So between Arsenal, Liverpool, and City, I'm happy that Arsenal now are first. Go into the international break. It will give the team even rest. It will give us also time to reflect into ourselves and see where we did very well and where we can improve. There's always room for improvement, and hopefully for the players to return from injury, such like the likes of Odegaard, the likes of Rice, and even for Rodri. If he, I mean, I don't know how severe is the injury for Rodri, but we'll wait and see. In the next week, I mean, in the upcoming, I would say, matches for in the Premier League. This is the match week number 8. So Chelsea are gonna face Nottingham Forest. I think that will be an easy one for Chelsea because they just lost to Newcastle, and Ange will be sacked. I'm telling you, Ange will be sacked most likely by the end of this month. I don't think Nottingham Forest are gonna keep accepting those negative results from Ange Postecoglou. Crystal Palace. I mean, I didn't speak about Crystal Palace, but they lost this week to Everton, so their winning streak or their run is over officially. On the other hand, Manchester City against Everton. Well, that's a tough one. Everton is a very good team this season. Let's go back to this table. I didn't really see where they are. Uh, Everton. So Everton is sitting at, well, they're 11 points. So they are like 2 points below City. So they're not that far. I mean, yeah, Everton are a really strong team this season, and I think they have a lot in their pocket, and they have a lot to show. So it's going to be a tough one, even though it's in Etihad Stadium. But still, I think they're going to give them a very hard game. Arsenal are traveling to Fulham, and we're gonna play them in the 18th of October. Tune up for the watch along. Tottenham Hotspur versus Aston Villa. That's a very difficult game for Aston Villa. And the big game, Liverpool versus Manchester United on the 19th of October in Anfield. Now, this is crucial for Liverpool and Arne Slot. I mean, they lost now three in the bounce, two in the Premier League, one in the Champions League. So for them, it's a must win to get back on the title race, because if they lose this game or even draw this game, it's going to be really, really devastating to the Liverpool fans and even the players. I think it's a crucial thing for, and also Manchester United. They need to win because they hadn't have any back to back wins, or I can't even remember for how long. They never had a back-to-back wins, and that's a problem. That's a problem for Manchester United. So it's going to be an interesting game. The two biggest teams in the whole of England are playing against each other, Liverpool and Manchester United, and each one of them has their own things to prove. Liverpool to prove that they are still contenders, and Manchester United to prove if they are, a big team. So it will be an interesting interesting really game to watch. So for me, that is it. Wrapping it up, saying thank you guys. It's been, as always, a pleasure for the AAR after action review for the match week number 7. Give me your thoughts, give me your opinions. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and it's been a pleasure. Have a lovely, lovely evening.